Hello, welcome to Heroes Welcome, Friday Night Magic. I am Brent Stearns, the famous commentator for Heroes Welcome F&Ms. And Kyle's here. Yes! Yes! I am alone, but Kyle is here as well. It has been a while. There were a couple weeks where it was busy. I don't know how it was in Pennsylvania. I believe that's where you're from. I can't. But here in Wisconsin, in the first couple weeks of February, we got about 100,000 inches of snow, and it was awful. But right now we have Josh Anderson playing Jeskai control. Just looks like just the normal, just All-American control. And Kirk, okay, he's playing for us. That's what he told me. So he's playing for us. Oh, goody. I'm glad you're here, Kyle, because you're going to have to help me out with some of these, probably all of these. It is a one-mana thing. It's a creature. Maybe a sapperling. I don't believe it's an elf. Kind of looks like a blob. How are you doing, Kyle? It's been a long time, man. That is a search for Azcanta. Kirk plays a second forest, namesake of the deck. Okay, call him Kirk. It's Karl. Sorry. It's been a long day. Karl, even though I wrote it down. Josh just plays his third land, says go. Looks like you've been to land off the top. Oh, I believe that is Cultivate? I don't know how I knew that one. But that one was Cultivate. Search your library up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them, put one in the battlefield tab, the other one in your hand, and then shuffle your library. Okay, well, I'm glad you were able to watch us last week at least. It was kind of lonely without you not chatting, but I'm glad that you were able to still join us. We probably heard us call you a few times, but I always appreciate it. Whatever, even just watching, that was great, and I appreciate it. That is a Planeswalker. It's probably a Nissa of some sort. I know. I can imagine. But you're here today, and that's all that matters. Kyle is definitely playing a... Karl, wow, is definitely playing a brew of sorts. Josh with an untapped Hollowed Fountain. Oh, is this going to be the Teferi? It is, a very powerful Planeswalker from Dominaria. The question is he going to just go up it? Is he going to tuck the other Planeswalker? I still think might be a Nissa. Still not sure what that card that Josh is looking at. Still not sure what that is. So he is going to attack. It is Nissa. I heard him say that. Let's do some... see if I can find what it is. Still don't know what any of these cards are. Oh, this was the Nissa, though, that Karl played. I did find it. It's 5 mana. I thought it was 4, but it makes sense because he untapped 4 lands. You can also untap a land to create a 4/4 creature. Oh, it just becomes a 4/4 creature. Not even until end turn. It's just a creature. Wow. Insert your library for any number of basic land cards. Put them into play. Put them in the battlefield and shuffle your library. Those lands become 4/4 creatures with trample that are still lands. Wow. Interesting. I agree, Josh. I don't know. Josh says go. 6 mana up. Oh, plays another Cultivate, the only card in the deck that I actually know. So he plays land off the Cultivate, and then he just plays the land that he drew for the turn. Karl. Sorry, I kept calling you by the wrong name. Oh. Huh. Alright, that is an Overgrown Battlements from Karl's side. Josh playing the Cycler Hieroglyphic Illumination to draw 2 cards at the end of turn. Karl plays the Overgrown Battlement, which adds green for each wall you control, so I do believe that probably that first creature is a wall. But don't quote me on that. Josh with a Field of Ruin, which is a colorless land this game. There we go with Supreme Verdict, getting rid of the walls. Which I think is a fine play. It's obviously kind of a big mana-ish kind of strategy deck, so you kind of at least slow down the mana a little bit.
It comes in tapped. Oh, it's that one. It's that one. I'll go to a 7.
So like,
Oh, the plus
if I got there.
Untap, keep, draw 1, draw 2.
Yeah. It was kind of a sketch game because if I didn't have that second land, it would just be
Nissa again?
Kyle with the... Karl? See, this is why I'm confused. Your person who's watching is Kyle. The guy on the camera is Karl. So that's why I tried to play the Nissa World Waker. Josh then negates it. And follow-up is Elixir of Immortality. Alright. Josh with a Lightning Helix end of the turn.
I forgot we were on stream.
And then I'll go to here.
Sure.
That one has yeah. Keep the top and flip switch.
Sure.
Draw. Yep.
So Elixir of Immortality is a 1 mana artifact. You can pay 2, sacrifice it. You gain 5 life. Well, you don't sacrifice it. You pay 2, tap, you gain 5 life. Then you shuffle that and your graveyard into your library. So the second Ravnica set that came out, there's a lot of control decks that play that as a one of, and because they had a tendency of decking themselves. So you play Elixir of Immortality, you don't really have a chance of decking yourself. And the mirrors were quite interesting. But Josh is going the offensive with the Celestial Colonnade. Taps 2 lands, has Kanta the Sunken Ruin up. Karl just plays a land.
Pay 3 for another cultivate.
Plays the another Cultivate.
Yeah.
I'll just use this. Next 2 drops. My deck feels small for some reason. I don't know why.
Did you shrink him?
No. Just doesn't feel. 1 comes into battlefield tapped. I will play 1.
I believe he already played his land for the turn.
I will say go.
Secure for.
Josh is going to play Secure the Waste in a turn for 6.
Yeah.
And move to untap.
Yeah.
Well, Mike is quick here. I'm not disagreeing. That's also given that Mike just wastes my time. It doesn't matter how fast he plays.
You got me there.
It still wastes my
Plus.
time.
Yep.
I mean, when I play like Affinity, I probably should just scoop turn 4 if I don't kill you, but
Captain?
but I don't because I have too much pride.
Every once in a while, so I'm gonna give you my secret test. Every once in a while, it's
There you go, you can't tap a fetch land.
The problem is it's so hard, and you just gotta like tap for them.
The tap for 10 right here.
We don't ever lose help, but clearly have a lose
Yeah, it's kind of feels bad.
Yeah, I'm taking 10.
You just kind of need to like blow through all your resources and not hit you.
Helix you.
Response.
A Lightning Helix, but then Karl's going to
Response to the activation.
gain 5 life. And Josh is going to Lightning Bolt him in response. He was at 3. He Lightning Helixed. Karl tried to gain 5 life. In response to that, Josh is going to Lightning Bolt him, which will happen first, which is explaining to him that even though he sacks it, Josh's spell goes on the stack first.
I don't have any other responses.
Okay, so
So
that would
the 3 goes
this
through.
would yeah.
So I'm
So you that
down to
should,
10. Where's 10 on this die?
but you took this damage.
That is if Karl was at 13.
I assumed that was before.
Yeah, you said you took the 10 though, didn't you?
Yeah, I declared no blockers. Sorry about that. That's just.
Yeah. So
That's just me
That's
not.
why.
Yeah.
That's why I did the lightning bolt then in response to this.
Sorry about that. That's just me What are you at now?
I would have gone down to 3,
3, yeah.
and then.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah. So that's good then?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure.
There we go.
You have the other one in your face?
That's just me being stupid.
Oh, it's so good. I just wanted to clarify.
I will be on the play.
That's good.
You probably wouldn't have been able to kill him there anyway.
Well, that was kind of a tough beating for Karl. Josh just had the counter spells at the right time and was able just to do the beating. And it's one thing I liked about the Jeskai control is, you know, you can kind of turn into a pseudo burn deck. As we saw Josh there, he did essentially 9 points of damage just with burn by itself.
Oh.
So as they're shuffling, again want to thank you for watching us. Yes, that's what he wrote, and that's what I put down. He's playing forests. And basically that's all I saw were forests. I named 2 of the cards. I found 1. So I can name 3 of the cards that he played. No, I guess Overgrown Battlement I was able to name as well. But it's kind of looks like just a mono green ramp and some big spell. I didn't actually see what a big spell was. That's like 56 force, I think. Just kidding. Maybe it could be 60 force and then 60 spells. I don't know how big his deck is. It sure is. And he's taken a mulligan down to 6. I believe Josh is keeping. That's how you confuse your opponents. You come in with Rakdos sleeves and play mono green. Well, if you were to have come up today, Bob, you could have told him that. There we go. He plays his turn 1 Elixir of Immortality. Josh with a Flooded Strand and says go. Is that a Howling Mine? We'll see how many cards Josh draws. Sorry to hear that. That is a Howling Mine. Josh having a discard with too many cards in hand. It's okay, discards a Field of Ruin, which does not do much this game. And Karl with the Overgrown Battlement. Josh must be just sitting on a handful of counters, probably burn. Though he probably would have lightning bolted the Overgrown Battlement.
For second overgrown.
Another Overgrown Battlement.
Tap.
So now that taps for 2 green
3.
and 3 green for a Cultivate. Which Josh is going to negate. Oh, Overgrown Battlement is an 0-4. My bad. That's probably why he didn't lightning bolt it. Josh with the very important 4th land in the control deck. Still not sure what that one is, but it's probably a wall of some kind. If it is, that would mean that would be 3 green rather, 4 green for play that first game, and I still am not sure what that is. But looks like that. Oh no, he's just gonna play the Hieroglyphic Illumination.
So you lose 2, you gain 1 poison counter, and you mill 6. You're at 17?
15, so.
Gain 1 poison counter.
Yeah.
And mill 6.
So he milled 6 cards, lost 2 life, or something to that nature. I guess. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just not quite sure. Well, that's the first creature. You're right about that one. The one on the very top of the screen. Oh, yes. Kyle's back. Alright, yeah, it is a defender. A 1-mana wall that's toughness is equal to the number of forests in play. And it has reach before reach. Can block as though it has flying. So now, with that mystery solved, ooh, a Vendilion Click. Gotta find out what that one below the elixir is. So I'll let him keep all those. Traproot Kami. Spirit. Karl with another Cultivate.
Here are the 2 forests.
plays the other Traproot Kami, so Karl is not hurting for mana.
I will say go. Okay. Sure.
5 mana to play that almighty
Okay.
Teferi. At this rate, Josh might need to play a Elixir of Immortality of his own.
We've got it. What? Yeah. It's a 0/5. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, on your end step. Yep.
He did.
Alright.
So lose 2.
I
One poison count and mill 6.
I had a really bad game 3.
Did you grab the stuffing?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh.
Alright, untap.
Teferi doesn't care about walls.
Play a 4th. Sands of Delirium.
I'm not you, I'm not gonna leave my deck.
It's Payax Mill.
That was a personal attack on that one. That was a personal attack. Rest in peace, Finn.
Oh my gosh. Kyle, you're a genius. You're a genius. It is a
This is on the stack.
decimator web. Holy smokes, I'm an idiot. So yep, it pays 4. They lose 2 life, get a poison counter, and they put the top 6. So I know you're always right, Kyle. Holy smokes. So I was right about the ability. Lost 2, most of the ability. It was a total guess. You were. I never even heard of that card. Never even heard of it. So your guess was better than mine because I have no idea. Didn't even know that Josh was getting poison counters.
Mono green mill. Big wall. Oh yeah. He's got the defenders.
Target opponent loses 2 life, gets a poison counter, and then puts top 6 cards into her into their graveyard. All right. Well, we know what Karl's win con is so far, at least. Not sure what else he played, but it got logic knotted, so apparently it wasn't that safe.
I don't need to thank the side, please. Thank you.
I believe it is Kyle who is always right. Brent is just comedically lucky sometimes.
Got it? I'll block. You got it.
So Josh attacks. Karl just blocks with his 06 wall with reach.
That's it. Alright, web.
Here's the mill, drain, poison, decimator web.
5, 6. Yep, you're down to 9. And another poison counter.
Got him caught on a web.
To me?
Josh is at 3 poison counters.
Well,
Oops.
and then I have to move to discard.
Josh won game 1. I just forgot to put that up. It is a trap. It's a trap.
Play Forest. 2 for Overgrown.
It's another overgrown battlement.
Sega. On my end step.
Well, Josh with an end of turn Snapcaster.
Yeah.
A hieroglyphic illumination, I think. Oh,
Okay.
a cryptic command. Okay, he's gonna bounce the decimator web.
Alright, in response to Cryptic
Um,
Web.
Whoa, Tralbido.
7.
I don't know if I'll be able to get a deck list for you, but I guess I can try.
Yes.
Thank you
And this bounces to my hand.
for watching.
Tyler, I will join you.
Thank you for joining us in chat and watching. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure this forest deck. I'm guessing on cards along the way, but I've been pretty good at it. I can see if I can somehow get a deck list for you. I can't guarantee you anything, but I'll ask Kyle if there was a website or something that he has it posted or grabbed it from. I'll ask him after the game, of course. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you are not a follower, hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, and lets you know when we are live.
Swing 5.
Well, he tapped the crew with that cryptic command earlier, and so he's able to swing for 5 right now. Looks like he is Josh is tucking the Howling Mine.
Yeah, they used to play that.
I think I've ever seen play that Steve.
So I think Josh is fairly close to getting himself decked.
Currently, if Tron is banned in modern, would be a much healthier format because mid-range decks could exist. What?
I played mid-range mill, I'm sorry.
Move to
End step? Or
It's
discard?
unfortunate, but Kenny Tron for
Okay.
bringing in format is
Untap.
decks could be so linear and so fast.
Key draw.
You just lose the Tron.
Play Forest. 2 for Howling Mine.
Can't get in check by mid-range.
The thing is, it doesn't matter because the mid-range decks.
Carl with I believe that's another Howling Mine, a different art. Josh with no response though.
Answers to any deck in the format, right? That's the point of your deck. Your point of your deck is you're like playing ways to answer a ton of things. The problem is
Tron can't be interacted with. Exactly.
It's not.
I mean, Jund literally just got a tool that makes the matchup even, and they got a tool that literally can just hit whatever the hell it wants, and the deck accepts.
How many do you play?
I'm playing 3.
Does it resolve?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of us play 2 and play 1 across.
4 for the web again.
Carl, okay, he must be saving the counter. Okay, I guess Snake has a Snapcaster
Target spell. And
negate or crypt. No, ooh, a cryptic. Okay, so yeah, he was just saving the counter spell for that decimator web. Looks like he's gonna counter and tap his crew again.
to you.
If I did it the fight over and as Conta, like, yeah, that sucks, especially being a little long, but I'm probably really did it. Which is why I think, like, obviously if I had you.
Yeah, Josh has very few cards in his library.
I just think like the de facto card as a blue-white player, I feel like the best card there is Kiszer. So I think that's like 3 or less that really matters. Other than like,
He's gonna use the Teferi to tuck the other Howling Mine now.
How's it going?
He has 4 Disruptor Web. Or Decimator Web.
Is this your win con?
One of them.
Why?
Because I like hurting myself.
I was watching playing John Rebellion John. He plays Success Trophy to 75. Well, so the one thing about redo, first off, he's an amazing player, obviously, but is even when he played Abzan, he refused to play.
Karl with fog.
Yeah.
All right.
I know some players are on that thought. And then
Josh is gonna cycle.
came out, some players were like, oh, John
Hieroglyphic
give them.
illumination.
Yeah, like it sucks, especially against.
Looks like fog is
If you're using it to hit their lands and not
good.
you'll just be like, alright, I'll cast 3 of those.
So like plays them, but maybe in 1 week.
Literally, no one here really plays stuff like that anymore.
All right. So Josh now plays Supreme Verdict. Josh really needed to get a creature land into play. Legit fog. Yep, exactly.
It's a deck I think is really fun to play.
Karl with another
See the advantages now?
that trap root
Down to 12.
kami. He lightning bolted Karl, and I think his plan might be. Well, he does have one in play. I didn't see it before, but it doesn't matter because now he has that blocker again. So Josh might be trying to just go on the.
Because of that, because we didn't have a deck.
He might have a Path to Exile.
The problem is like all the decks we play like normally share like things like Rising King.
Yeah, because next to it.
Because everyone plays company.
Well, yep. I think Josh realized he can't beat him in the allotted 2 turns or whatever Josh had in his hand or in his library. So, oops. Karl wins game number 2.
Don't do it.
I'm playing as fast as I can, man.
In all fairness, I feel weird having this much time after a run for once.
Very, very interesting deck.
I played against Fairies, but I played Jund instead of Blue White today.
Oh, okay. So did Fairies win?
Although in all fairness, literally every time he's ever played against me, I'm not
Yeah.
every single time he's got just mad.
Kind of a slow mill,
Stuck on doing
lock you out deck. I agree. Cyclonus, I agree. So is there anybody watching? Or everybody that's watching, if you're not following, hit that follow button for Heroes Welcome. It helps us out a bunch, trying to get our name out there.
Don't have money and
If you've never been to Heroes Welcome in Menominee, it is a great little store. Does seem like a Gary deck. I agree, Bob. Yeah, he has not just Magic, but he has Keyforge. He has Pokemon trading card game. He has board games, just normal board games. He has a lot of comics if you're into comics. Plus a bunch of like D&D accessories, some Warhammer 40k stuff. Just a bunch of cool stuff. Cool, neato, great things. So if you are ever in Menominee, Wisconsin, come down to Heroes Welcome and check the place out. It is a very, very neat little store.
I'm more surprised I want to go with this. You said you're going first? Yeah. Okay.
I also can't drop $300.
No, I'm not gonna guarantee. 6, I'm just making sure.
I just dropped 3,000 on Magic first.
Karl
I like to have
is taking a mulligan down to at least 6. I think Josh is still shuffling for his first one.
My parents called me the other day and said, yeah, we looked at your credit card statement. Do you know you spent like $1,000 on credit cards? I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Lucky. I mean,
I think Josh is keeping.
Just cards and card sleeps. So I'm getting better. I'm budgeting.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. If you play it a lot, you just increase the it's not a cheap hobby. Even if you have a deck, still not even that cheap of a hobby.
Keep. Scrap.
Yep.
Keep it on top.
Yes.
Okay. Draw. Lands. Elixir. To you.
All right, Karl, with the turn 1 Elixir of Immortality.
Who knows?
Josh really wishing he had that last game.
Now you see it. Hell of money. I've got 4 in the bed.
And Josh, first turn
And with
with the
this,
Flooded Strand into Hollowed Fountain.
you are forced
Now, whoop,
And if my
just
math
going to
is
play
right,
a Plains and a Search for Escanta. There's not a lot of 2-drops in the deck.
sure. Untap, upkeep. Draw.
So, yep, Josh with the Search for Escanta.
Forest 2 for
Karl.
Creeper Vine. When it ETB.
Oh, shoot.
And put into hand.
Yes.
Can I go?
I need help with that one. I know it's a wall. Looks like when it comes to play, search for a forest, put it in your hand. I believe it was in original Ravnica, or no, second Ravnica set, because I believe you can search for a basic land or a gate. I can't remember the name, though.
To 16.
60.
But I do believe it is a wall to also pump up the Overgrown Battlement.
Here's yours. And there's mine.
And pass to you.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, and draw.
Draw step.
Sure.
Then click target.
So Josh with a Vendilion Click. He has another one. He has, oh yeah, a bunch of cards I don't know, which is very strange because a lot of the cards I knew in Game 2,
I'll take the.
but not too sure.
So this goes to
The bottom.
He's going to get rid of that, put it on the bottom, and Karl draws a new random card.
draw. That makes this easy. Forest. Let's go.
Must have been a draw phase Vendilion Click.
Axeman Guardian. And to you.
Not sure what Karl played. Story of my life. I don't know, Josh discarded or flipped a Path to Exile from the Search for Escanta, so must not be that big of a threat. He is going to play an Opt, play his 4th land, and pass the turn.
Really quick reminder to say this.
Tap 2 for Gate Creeper. ETB trigger.
Yep.
Should you have this forest?
Plays another one of those Search for Forest walls.
Place a forest. Tap 2 for another Gate Creeper.
And a 3rd one.
Here's the forest.
Okay, can I go?
Karl's not going to miss his land drops anytime soon.
4 green for another Axeman.
Sure.
And pass turn.
Go to 15.
So that creature must also add mana. Very sorry, folks, for not knowing anything. But that's okay. I appreciate you watching nonetheless. If you can figure it out yourself, you're a better man than I. Josh swings with the Vendilion Click, which is a 3/1 creature. I know that. It is a creature one of my favorite creatures in Magic. I have played my share of Blue-White X Control. And Josh with Spring Verdict, clearing up those walls, creatures, and his own Vendilion Click. Does cut Karl off of a little bit of mana. But he's just going to play Overgrown Battlement and...
Draw an extra and you have an extra land drop.
Okay. Search.
a colorful enchantment, which I'm not sure what it is. Would be nice if I did have a list. Must be a Howling Mine-esque effect, because I believe Josh drew 2 cards. I think it was 3 mana though, so I'm not sure what that is.
Draw 2 for overgrown.
That was enchantment. It looks like it's an artifact. That was my bad. Karl with another Overgrown Battlement. Oh, Kyle. Rites of Flourishing. Let's see if the guy that's always right is right. It is an enchantment. I thought it looked like kind of had an artifact border-ish, but it is an enchantment. And of course, Karl is right, and a smart human. 3-mana enchantment at the beginning of each player's draw step. The player draws an additional card. Each player may play an additional land on each of his or her turn. Okay. So Karl helps him, because he's always drawing force each turn. Each player may play an additional land, so that can help Josh, though. Well, he is drawing 3 cards a turn now, so if he draws a couple lands, he can play them both. Thank you again, Kyle, very much for knowing what random cards are. Ooh, that is a Detention Sphere on the Overgrown Battlement, which will take both of them. It's a pretty good exchange on Josh's side.
Genesis Wave on 5.
I only know that's Genesis Wave because I just heard it from the outside. So Karl tries to play Genesis Wave, but Josh Cryptic commands it. So we kind of see what all the mana sink is for, I think. Yep, Genesis Wave. Reveal the top X cards of your library. Put any number of permanents with burn mana cost X or less into play. Then the rest go into the graveyard. Yeah, definitely don't want him to get any of those webs. I can't even remember what they're called anymore. Plays a Cultivate. Karl plays a Cultivate.
Forest comes in and force to hand.
Decimator Web. Yeah, you definitely don't want Karl to get any of those into play. Plus whatever he got, because for 5, you pretty much just put the top 5 cards into play. Josh with a Vendilion Click reveals, well, Karl just has a forest, so can't even take that. Oh, he chose himself, so Karl just kind of gave him free information. Snapcaster Path, the 020 wall, or whatever it is right now.
he admitted to at one time possessing and then selling
Okay.
a large amount of drugs.
Okay.
How good what not to do?
This is literally on the news.
I'm on the news.
Josh plays his 2 lands for the turn. Attacks for 5.
I'm taking 5.
And Karl down to 9.
What else?
He still has that
9?
elixir of immortality.
I was in my school's commercial for a school.
I needed to experience my pain.
I was
Eating me for every year.
I was in the Faith network.
I was awesome.
Yep. I'm like,
Yes.
thanks for just actually shaming me.
Okay, draw 2. Forest. Decimator Web.
Yes. And
They
die
like,
a couple of people. Yeah.
especially because they Google you, the first thing they're gonna see is like your rat.
That's why all those people that
2
like
for 8 creeper.
those guys. Like, yeah.
Plays a force wall, and then the artifact, which I'm still not sure what it is. Kyle hasn't told me yet. Because that one is not the Decimator Web. Josh has been countering every turn, or every time it's been played, or getting rid of it with a Vendilion click.
Altogether, it was 8 hours before it was.
Turn 2. Yeah. I want a game with this deck.
I want to be on Turkey solely so I can be like, depending on what the case is, like if I want to be on it for like my own case and be like, yeah, that's a stupid loss, I'm just not going to be victim. I'm going to be like, no, you have to be like, actually, we don't have to. I don't get screwed in that.
He is going to Cryptic Command.
It's funny too because judges and Brent people that do that.
Going to pounce the elixir and counter the wall.
Play it again.
And Carl's just going to play the elixir.
Yep. It is turn 3. No, hold on. Oh, still have. On that step? Okay.
What did you stay in jail and start a jail gratification business?
So if they give you 10,000 cash, you have to pay 10,000 cash to get out of jail.
You know.
Josh is going to Helix Karl.
Yep.
I got caught in the trailer court. You only gave $1,000 ticket to someone. But of course, that day, they were gone.
I mean, if I ever get a government, that's a
I will elixir. Okay, left.
I'm waiting for that new challenge to start up, Nick. I'm waiting to hear.
I think Karl just, in response, just responded by sacking it, just doing a little bit of shortcuts right now. Sacking the Elixir of Immortality, that is. Getting 5 life, shuffling his graveyard into his library, along with that Elixir of Immortality.
News report because 4chan made it up and like made like really good looking fake news articles saying like, hey, kids are getting sick because Winhouse is getting Tide Pods, and then the news is like, guys, kids are getting
Josh,
Tide Pods are good, but kids are eating
Snapcaster Opt.
no one had actually done it yet, and all these people on Facebook and adults are like, kids are not
Draw 2.
eating Tide Pods. Like, no one did that until the news told kids they're doing that.
At least 10% of the people making the videos eating Tide Pods were players.
Of course. I'm sure most of them didn't even at that point. Unless you're actually a kid, it's stupid.
Attack for 7, putting Karl down to 4.
In all fairness, if you think about it, those things are probably kind of dangerously lame. Like how they look. If you're a little kid, you're gonna see.
Even if you're not a little kid, if you're like our age, you just look at it and you're like,
If you're a little drunk one day, you're like, oh,
Up goes the Teferi.
and it's basically a giant fucking gusher. And you're just like, oh, it's a giant fucking gusher.
Untap.
Gushers should
Okay, draw 2.
Gushers should just think larger gushers that are shaped like Tide Pods.
If they did it in like the size, in huge gushers the size of Tide Pods at the time, then they would have made
Steps 3 to play Cultivate.
Yeah, can I just...
Josh is probably fine with that.
Do you have me?
Yes, I have lightning bolts.
Okay.
And
He's going to
these
bolt
are-
him in response.
You didn't have a fog, so I assume you just
Yeah, no problem.
some fogs.
No problem.
See what you just
Putting Karl at 1.
remaining, so cultivate does nothing. So
It does.
It costed me my arm and leg.
I believe Karl just picked up the cards. Because that was definitely... Should have put him at 1 after the lightning bolt, but scooping it up, so I'm guessing that Karl is just like, yeah, you got it. So hello, it is I, just myself, Brent Stearns, for Heroes Welcome. You can see I'm wearing the Heroes Welcome shirt. See, I haven't shaved in a while because I am lazy. Also need a haircut on the other side. So thank you for joining us and looking at my ugly mug. What was your name? Tarl Bitto. I'll see if I can get a tech list if you are still watching. No guarantees, but I will ask. So that was round number 1. It was a pretty long game, so they'll probably be getting to round 2 pretty soon. So I'll see you in round 2 in a bit. Thank you for watching. Heroes Welcome. Modern Friday night Magic the Gathering in Menominee, Wisconsin. I don't know why you continue to watch, especially you, Kyle, but I appreciate it. And welcome to round number 2. If yours welcome now, anyone understands good. So we got Andrew playing what he calls better humans, although I don't see any humans on board yet, versus Aaron playing mono green Tron.
Yes, sir.
Looks like he is about to assemble 2/3 of Tron. Well, he does have a map out, so he'll be able to send a turn for Tron. Andrew.
First call, Captain.
Oh.
Pass to you.
Haha. Better. Okay. So, he called it better humans. I believe that means that those are spirits. That makes more sense. So Andrew with the better human known as spirits. So that's a Drogstall captain.
Yes, sir.
This is band spirits then. That makes sense. It's even what he wrote down. Well, he wrote down and circled the colors. Anywho, pizza came a little bit early today, so that's pretty nice.
Mausoleum Wanderer.
Andrew with a Mausoleum Wanderer.
Lieutenant's basically not a take.
Land.
Aaron with a Oblivion Stone, which is pretty good against spirits. Though if Andrew can find a Selfless Spirit, then it's not as good. So we'll see if Andrew can find the spirit that is selfless. He just attacks for 2 right now.
And
Doesn't look like he has a selfless spirit.
Yes, sir.
So Aaron with Tron.
sacrifice. Unless you pay 2.
My Ugin is going to try to counter it with
In which case,
the Mausoleum Wanderer, although Mausoleum Wanderer only counters instants or sorceries. And Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, is in fact a Planeswalker.
Land. 2 fetches.
So Andrew has a way uphill climb right now.
And pass your turn.
exile the
Sure.
+2.
Sure. 12.
Aaron's going to just do 3 damage upstairs. Andrew more than likely has a... Whoops. More than likely has a... Collect a company at end of turn. So we'll see if we can hit anything good right here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Flip 3.
Yep.
Crack relic.
Yep.
And we're just kind of cycling through those Relic of Progenitus.
2 plus my floating.
Yep. Sure.
Oh, he's going to put a Oblivion counter on the Ugin. Smart play. So now when he has to sacrifice the Oblivion Stone, the Ugin will still be around.
Chromatic sphere.
Sure. I knew it wasn't another remake. I just assumed this.
Make a green 2 floating draw.
Sure. I should know that.
Cycle Oblivion. No, sorry, a
Flame.
Chromatic Sphere.
End of your turn.
Plays a map, says go. Andrew does have that collected company for Mausoleum Wanderer and the Rattle Chain.
Card per turn.
Not that exciting of a collected company. You're still at 18.
Shot for 10.
So even if you can put a couple lords into play, it's still not going to be nearly enough.
Drug Skull Captain. Per turn.
It does play the Drug Skull Captain. So the warrior now is, or the Wanderer now is a 3/3. The Rattle Chain is a 3/2. So that's an attack for 6 at the Ugin. Alright. So he does get rid of the Ugin, but still doesn't have a Selfless Spirit. So Aaron with all that mana, it just says go.
Assuming those are your normal takeout cards. Seems like they don't have stars cards. In place, they never take out. Then you have to move to discard.
Let's go to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
As you expect, blow it.
So yeah, during combat he's going to sacrifice the Oblivion Stone. Aaron has a follow-up of 2 double hierarchs, who are in fact humans. They have not graduated to better human yet. Aaron with the Green Eldrazi. I can't think of the name.
Cast triggers.
Oh, it's very popular in Tron, especially mono green Tron. He's going to sacrifice, destroys a land or an artifact or an enchantment, and then he's going to sacrifice the Sanctum of Ugin to search for another Eldrazi. Worldbreaker. Thank you, Kyle. That's why you're here. That is the Green Eldrazi's Worldbreaker. And Ulamog is the other big old 10 mana, 10/10 exile things. I was about to say Planeswalker, but it's an Eldrazi.
Draw a card. Supreme Phantom. Phantasmal Image. Copy.
Alrighty.
Exile.
Oh,
Is it a cast trigger?
so Andrew.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't beat a new Lamont cast. Turn 4 Ugins.
Yeah.
Well,
Can't do anything against that.
copied the Worldbreaker.
I'll ask your opinion on something for this.
And then and I'm not sure what happened. I honestly am not sure what happened. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Well, look, I got the name right, I think. I just forgot that he was ceaselessly hungry. So I'm not exactly sure who won that game. Thought Kyle was coming. Wow. Thought Andrew was coming back. Maybe Aaron. Because Aaron was going to play the Ulamog to kill the World Breaker. And something else. So maybe Andrew just realized he... I don't know. So, keep a close eye on whoever goes first.
Never mind. Who's next?
Mind slavery, and then I'm gonna actually start shotgun shot, and then I'm gonna plus you to
Jesus Christ.
and then I will boot you.
Here you go. I got garbage. Oh, would you like to draw?
Yeah, I'm done at 8. Draw this card.
Let's see what you got.
Keeping drum. Interesting.
Gonna kill my own creature.
Aaron is enjoying delicious pizza. They come down to Heroes Welcome F&M. They always have pizza and soda. Pizza and soda on Fridays. Kind of an added bonus. You play some Magic, play some Modern, get some promos, eat some pizza, get out of the house. It's a good time.
Are you walking him over there, Tyler?
I have a quick question for you after this game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm asking right now. I want to know it.
Yeah, asking me right now. I'm not in the game.
Where is the land
What lane?
for this? It's not in the deck.
Is it? Ooh. Oh, it's in. Okay. Yeah, Ripperino. It's in prison.
It's okay. I can
It's okay. You don't need that to win.
It definitely just helped him.
Yeah. No, you win with you win with like a
No, what'd I say?
Is that a fair mind slaver?
What'd I do? Whoa now?
Just mind slavered him the fair way?
I'm sorry.
The real way to do it is to mind
That's,
flavor them.
I mean, I guess that's one of the negatives of playing Magic is the interacting with people. And this is why I have downgraded, or more of upgraded, myself to doing commentary of Magic. So therefore, I still get out, still get pizza, but I don't have to interact with people. So it's a win for everyone, including me, which is mostly me.
It's weird. I think I'm into it.
How you not doing them, dude? Thinking the 4.
So Aaron must have won that. So Andrew went first. Andrew plays a turn 1 Aether Vial. Aaron with a turn 1 Chromatic Star. Because I locked myself in a closet, so I can just watch and didn't have to play. I guess I am the smartest guy in Magic. I appreciate it, Kyle. Even though you're the one that can name cards like Decimator Web. I've never even heard of cards like that. But I appreciate it, Kyle. So Andrew does have the Selfless Spirit, which is very good protection against the Oblivion Stones. Oh, Aaron's going to play attempt to play an Ancient Stirrings, but Andrew is going to put a Mausoleum Wander into play via the Aether Vial. He's going to counter it. Aaron was hoping to get a Tron land, that's why he didn't play his land. Kind of got a little bit punished for it. Andrew now is going to surgical extract the Ancient Stirrings. It was a great guess though, because you were 100% correct. I guess I've never really played much Commander decks, so that's... If I played more Commander, I'd probably know what a lot of these fringe cards are. Commander was never really a format. Just never really got into it.
They are so annoying. That is 100% true.
Cricket.
There's a, when that was the standard, there was a combo with that with the Seeker of the Ways too, where you use Smarter Chapter Opener.
And your guess was better than mine, which was no guess.
Once that thing, so like you block like a 5/5. He goes 5 years.
So Andrew's going to play an Oblivion Stone.
It includes players too, so like they got 3 creatures on the field. It's 15.
Well, he's a long way off for it benefiting. Aaron's going to violin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Droxel Captain, attack for 3, 4,
Yeah, you ready?
6.
Or you take this out. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I thought you were putting it in.
And then pass this to you.
I was like, I don't know what else. I don't know what he has in there that would work.
Yeah. I know there's just some Commander games that are, over the top and, just not for me. But if you enjoy it, it's good for you. One thing about Magic is, no matter what format you play, as long as you're having fun, they're doing their job. Some people like Standard, some people like Modern, Legacy. And one thing I don't like is when people try to argue what the best format is, because, again, it's just a game to have fun. If you have more fun playing Modern, that's fine. I don't think it's the best. I mean, I don't want to say it's the best format, because Legacy has a lot of really, really good decks, have a lot of fun old cards that you can't really play in any other format. Standard right now is apparently pretty fun, but it's not always, the best format. It depends on if they make the standard rotation any good. So I don't know where I was going on with that, but I sure went on about nothing. So Aaron's down to 1. Does have that 5th land. He's going to sacrifice the Oblivion Stone. Aaron's going to sacrifice the Selfless Spirit, and we'll go to a game 3.
An interesting one. I was dead.
Yeah, once I had the Selfless Spirit and your only protection was the...
I would have conceded if I realized.
So where I was going with that is just play Magic and have fun.
Super good in the matchup if you're only seeing Stone. Not super good against Ugin, but...
Damn, you're at 3 already?
Not a lot is good against Ugin.
Oh, okay. You're not 3.
This is fair.
He's at 300. Good luck. That's just a lot of hits before a quote. It's for trap. It's for trap. It's a lot of hits.
Because chapter 10, he just gels and keeps going.
Yep. Just on that, good luck.
You going first?
Yep.
Alrighty, game 3. Tron versus Better Humans.
Wear it.
Looks like they're all ready for
No, I'm gonna destroy your target.
Tron.
game number 3. I might have said round 3,
Turn,
but this is actually game 3.
game
In
one.
round 2, Heroes Welcome, Menominee, Wisconsin.
Interesting. Possibly very bad considering. But I think this is a key.
Both thinking. Both keeping. Aaron, just with the chromatic sphere again. Andrew with the Mausoleum Wanderer.
I didn't see a blue an island out there.
Oh, there. Yeah, that's
Crack sphere.
He's going to cycle. Add green. Uses green floating to play. This time he played the land out first. So yeah, he's going to play the Ancient Stirrings.
Oh, you drew 6? I mean, just don't look at that one. Put it in somewhere. YOLO.
I believe he drew too many cards. He did, so it looks like he's just going to put the 6th one back and just shuffle it in.
That's fair though. I mean, I keep putting my money in my cards and wishes and stuff.
That sounded horrible.
Put my money in my ass.
It's just an F&M, Friday Night Magic, stuff like that happens. Really don't want it to happen, but it happens.
Take a
Alright. Seems good.
He's going to reveal another Urza's Tower. Okay, there you go.
No, I for Ancient Stirrings, it's just on the bottom.
Oh! Darn it.
Yeah.
I have apparently.
For the cut after putting the cards on the bottom, and
Yep.
that doesn't work that way.
These are simple decisions.
Go for one.
I literally haven't played this.
Andrew attacks for 1.
Plus, did you see my hand?
Just says go. Andrew has a birds in hand, but no green mana.
I can tell you I'll take it.
Most of them.
Yep. You got my draw.
Aaron with the Oblivion Stone every game. That was pretty good against the Spirits deck.
Yeah, so the judge, I mean, what the judge would do, they give you game names, they would ask if you want one of the stats.
Well, again, it's pretty good unless he has the one card where it's really bad. Vern has that Selfless Spirit. The Oblivion Stone is no good. But if Aaron can avoid that Selfless Spirit, Oblivion Stone is probably the best card, if not the one of the best cards, if not the best cards against the Spirit deck.
Saw this dude selling it. I was like, this can't be right. So I had to look at it. I was like, this is so right. This is so wrong.
Give it a try.
It's so right that it's wrong.
Aaron sacrifices the Expedition map.
Play
Searches for... Uh-oh. I don't know if Bob's here, but notice that the Tron lands are different sets. I know he'd be pretty upset about that. And plays it and plays another Expedition map. So he will have Tron next turn.
Final. Noble. Supreme. One.
This is an attack for 3 with the Spirit Lord.
crack map.
Yep.
Missing
Turn on Tron.
Yeah, there we go. He sacrifices the Expedition map, searches for the 3rd Urza land. Obviously, he's going to play it this turn. He has now access to 8 colorless mana.
Oh, action deal. I'm slow rolling myself.
I'm gonna crack a Oblivion.
He's going to just use it right away and sacrifice the Oblivion Stone. Which does not only hurts mana, Andrew, with creatures, but also hurts his mana. I mean, he still hasn't drawn a land, doesn't have a green source.
Finally drew another fucking Jesus.
Well, he just drew a green source,
21 lands in the deck and it takes.
but also getting rid of his Aether Vial is a pretty huge win for Aaron. See if Andrew can claw back up after that devastating loss. Droxcall Captain's pretty good. Now, and Aaron with just a lot of mana. And I believe that's 10 mana. And that is Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
Yeah, I'll skip to that. You got
And that's game.
Take
Ulamog
lands spatial.
usually
Love that drawing lane.
doesn't stay in play that long for the fact that most of the time people just quit. Concede. They don't quit. They just know that they have no way to win. Which is sad. That's what it does. So I'll see if I can get a game move. Probably not. But maybe I'll try. I mean, I'll try, not me. So I'll try to get a game moved. If not, I'll see you for round number 3. See you in round number 3. I just totally lost it. Thank you for watching, especially you, Kyle, because you are always watching. That sounds strange. This is why I should quit while I'm ahead. See you on round number 3, unless I see you around for number 2, which will not bring that, so I'll see you around for number 3. Well, hello. Welcome. Tron number 3. Cameras are hilarious. So we got Gavin Hall on the left. He is playing Elves. He's one of our younger players here. In fact, probably the youngest. And although I think Elves is his only deck, he plays it a bunch and is pretty good with it. He's undefeated so far. 2-0. Versus Nicholas Kiszer playing Jund. He was really excited. He told me that just got it finished. I don't know if he said today, this week I think. And yeah, so far he's 2-0 tonight with classic Jund. One of those decks that always kind of around, but you know sometimes it's really, really good. It was pretty good during the Splinter Twin age. It was one of the best decks against Splinter Twin. Since that got banned, it kind of seen a little bit downhill, but it's still a very powerful deck in my opinion. And see how it goes with that. I'm sorry about the camera situation. It's kind of awkward that got one a little high, one a little low, but you guys get the idea. So Gavin, probably playing an elf. He plays a Land of War Elves. Actually, an Elvish Mystic. Also, Nick is mulliganing, so it's a little awkward, but whatever. Not Land of War Elf, Elvish Mystic. But yeah, Nick apparently has taken a mulligan.
What do you do against that on turn 2? Like, you probably just win that game when you do that, right? Like, they need an answer in hand, and then they need 2 more answers in hand to do it.
One day Gavin will get his growth spurt and he'll be able to fit in the camera. Okay, so Nick is going to keep his 6. Now draw for his turn. Play a Thoughtseize. It's got Elvish Champion, got Nettle Sentinel. Looks like he's going to take the Champion. Got Imperious Perfect. Oh shoot. Can't remember the name. But the one that player loses life equal to number of elves. Oh, he's going to take the Imperious Perfect. Actually makes more sense. It's pretty much a better Elvish champion. Although Nick does play Forest in his deck. Gavin really looking for that land off the top. Though he's looking pretty good with the Null Sentinel and the Heritage Druid. He's going to play an Inquisition, take the Elvish Arch Druid. Gavin. Oh, he's going to play... Kyle, where are you? It's the elf where you can give all your creatures, all your elves overrun. He's a legendary creature, so he has a name. He always looks like one of the elves from Lord of the Rings. And I can't, and here's my nerd cred going down the drain, but to me, he always looks like the guy who plays Mr. Smith in The Matrix. He was one of the elves, and that's the elf that he looks like. Mr. Anderson. Surprised to see me?
I can't regenerate it.
Well, Nick with a Liliana the Last Hope. It's pretty good at dealing with the X1 elves. Gavin's going to play the Elvish Archdruid.
Then you're getting 4
Yeah,
X.
that's fine.
It's like
That's turn.
went straight for the Liliana. That seems like a good play.
Oh wait, no, that's 6. Whatever.
9. Oh, we're into 1.
Really? 40. Oh, fair. Fair enough.
Nick with a elf of his own.
Tamagotchi.
But that's less important.
What is
Feels
it?
real bad.
I believe he's pled. I believe that's the new Tarmogoyf. The really, really ugly one.
4 5.
Don't know what else is in the deck that.
That is fair. That is fair. Because I have a box stopper Galaxy. And then,
Wait, that you have these 3.
I was saying it's like the ones kind
Correct.
Well, doesn't fit there, but
So
I believe that is.
that guy. Then go.
So Gavin, I hope he realizes that his elves at Forest Walk, if he realizes that, he's in good shape. I believe he does realize that.
I'm going cheap.
Bet 9.
Most of it's in great.
Nick does have basic forest in play.
I valued it out. I'd only have to spend about like 600 just to get it. Did they even print? Oh, just get the elf. Yeah, just get the elf. They're like what, 600? Something like that. Something ridiculous. Cause like I searched a couple times because I was like searching the thing, but I'm going cheap with it. I'm going great more.
Does have Assassin's Trophy though, so the 6 attack from Gavin
See it. I think I saw like
it's not going to go well for him.
I saw like 2 razzes of people like putting up stuff for it that would be good in the deck. I was like, what the hell? Like, what are the odds?
I'm just stupid.
Putting up instead of Aether Vials in place of the press. I'm
Swing
interested in
with
Aether Vials.
these
Take the
fine
Aether
gentlemen.
That was an interesting interaction.
Assassin's Trophy.
Yep, he's going to Assassin's Trophy the Elvis champion.
I can regenerate that, can't I? So I think I will.
What is this?
And so do I still get to find a basic?
Yeah, that for
Great.
Hey, life. No.
Because that's mine.
But I still think that was too much for Nick to handle.
Enhanced middle image.
Game.
I don't want that one. I don't like whatever it was. Oh.
And then
Yeah, no,
pass
I'm
those.
probably better off against Jones than I was control, right?
Probably.
I got tools one at 122, which was
That doesn't sound
insanely
bad.
big deal.
I was saying that doesn't sound bad.
160.
Yeah, I think Elves just overran him game 1.
Sure. I'm waiting on buying 2 Chronoxes, the Judge promo ones. Trying to get the 2 Judge promo ones for. Got him! What? Got him!
You got mad at that?
He just got Manatide! Manatide for the first time ever. Oh, sorry, I love it! My favorite card ever?
How do you go card I counter?
It was a good one. Aether Vial. That was a good one.
Yep.
So, like, there's a lot of excitement going on out there.
Oh, you're just so fast about fuck it.
Just taking out the Inquisitions.
They're not going that one lander stare at you again for 3 turns.
A Bob
Awesome.
Especially
Love the card.
and a
It never gets the respect.
Scavenging Ooze.
Yep.
What's really fun is when you play that like in a white meanies aggro deck.
Oh, yeah. You'll never see it coming. They go for 4 wet.
You know who Philip Meyer is?
Yeah.
I manatized him when he was trying to kill like combo off, and he's like, "Who plays that? It's so good."
I love it when people freak out about someone playing a bad card like that. Like I was playing it, playing on
Also means that Nick is keeping in Thought Seizes, which is kind of interesting. Probably is thinking is he really wants to prioritize getting rid of
They won game 1. They just literally lost.
Collecting Company, which makes sense.
They were so pissed they just quit.
Keeping the one lander.
They didn't want to play against it. I manatized them. They conceded and then
Although the 2 damage is kind of a big price to pay against a very aggressive creature-based deck.
Play test. Some people like they were play testing. I'm not gonna play against this
Yep.
trash shit.
Exactly.
Or
That's
Tarmac.
exactly.
Oh, you come out Tony? No, but like that was Cody. I remember when I Jeskai charmed dude. He
Gavin's all ready.
My goal is the ones
Ready and waiting.
like once I have myself full of this eventually do all.
Pretty funny too. You can't see it on here, but Gavin's shirt talks about elves.
Then why aren't you playing?
Like the big man of strategy, elves is the way to go, or something like that.
This is foil I want to play with it for.
So Nick quickly going back to the drawing board. And I go down to 6. Looks like Gavin is going to 6 as well.
I left one open this time. They'll still be exiled and they'll come back.
Yep.
So
So they'll be out of combat. They'll be untapped.
If y'all are watching, thank you for watching. Always weird to sound like that, start a sentence like that, because if you're not watching, you'd have no idea. But anybody that is watching, again, is a weird way to sentence. So ignore everything I've just said in the last 30 seconds. So thank you for watching. If you are watching on Twitch right now, or if you are watching in the future on YouTube, really do appreciate it. Give us a follow or a subscription on YouTube. Helps us out, especially on YouTube. If we can get enough subscriptions, you can actually it's easier to get YouTube name out there. You have to have, I believe, 100 subscriptions. Not exactly sure, but either way, it helps us out a bunch. Get views and get followers and get subscribing and all that good stuff. You help us if you follow on here. It helps future Twitch prospects. Gets us higher in the Twitch page. But you know what? You do what you want. We live in a free country. So if you don't want to, don't. But I appreciate it if you do. So it's up to you. So, Gavin's going to play a Heritage Druid. Seems like a good play. Nick is just going to just fetch for an Overgrown Tomb. Turn 2. Looks like he has a Scavenging Ooze. He might have a Tarmogoyf in hand, although it is only a 1/2 right now. He's going to go with the Scavenging Ooze. Take 3. He's going to take 3 to do it. Gavin with Nettle. Pardon me, I'm sorry. So Gavin with a Nettle Sentinel. Fetch for his own Overgrown Tomb. And says go. Ooh, Nick. With the Liliana, but no untapped land. Is that Liliana the Last Hope again? It's both Lilianas, actually. Liliana the Veil, Liliana the Last Hope. But the Last Hope, definitely a lot better right now, though. Untapped land is brutal. Or the tap land is brutal. He really needed an untapped land there. Gavin with that's the Land of War Elf. Add 3 red to his mana pool. Play an Elvish Archdruid. Untap the Nettle Sentinel. Alpha! That was a weird noise. Alpha 384. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Let me know. Let's talk in the chat. Thank you for viewing. I am so excited. So excited. Thank you for following. You are a good person, a good human being. I'm going to put you in my #1 list of favorite people in the next 20 minutes. Alpha, bunch of numbers. Thank you. Lightning Bolt on the Elvish Archdruid. Yeah, let me know if You don't have to chat, but if you want to, let me know your name, where you're from, your favorite deck, favorite format, favorite color, favorite pie flavor. We all like pie. Kind of boring, but I do like a good old-fashioned apple. Not really an apple pie, but like the apple pie with the crumbles on top. Oh, so good.
But me being the master,
Gavin is just unloading his hand.
no, I don't think so. 2-3s are
Tapped out.
a lot more powerful. Just to prove him wrong.
Nick, then Bolt, and needs to get rid of that Elvish champion. Oh, he's going to regenerate it, though. Regenerate 2 other elves, too. Oh, Nick.
Regardless of what happens, he wins.
Kind of just super tilted.
Mana time inversion.
Stop. Go ahead.
I think Nick forgot about the regeneration clause. Little misstep there, I believe. Nick down to 10.
What? Just happened.
It's Trent? Hey, oh, hey, Trent. Yeah, you're a big fan of elves, aren't you? Well, thanks, Trent. Thank you for following. Helps out a great deal. Really does.
I was like, I let you miss 2 times. Like, come on. The first time was like me.
Oh, there you go, Trent. It looks like elves got it in 3, or in 2 rather. Just kind of decimated the Jund deck.
That was both games, right? That was 2 games, right?
Well, thank you for following, Trent. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you around. You saw that elves from Gavin did pretty well, especially against Jund. Just kind of overwhelmed. The Jund is a good deck, but once you get too many creatures in play, it's really hard for it to keep up. So that went rather quickly. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody moved over. We'll see. All right. Well, but if not, see you in round number 4, because there are 4 rounds. Like last week, where I thought there was only 3 rounds, because I'm silly. So yeah, we'll be right back. Well, hello there. We are still in round number 3. I was able to move a match. We got Andrew playing Spirits, or as he called it, Better Humans, versus Ryan Veith playing the Blue-Red Phoenix deck. For the life of me, can't remember the name, but he really likes. There's this new blue creature. It has Adapt 4. It's 1 mana, 1/1. Adapt 4 for 8. 7 in a blue, but it costs 1 less for each instant or sorcery in your graveyard. Costs 1 colorless less, so if you have 7 spells, it's basically 1 mana, rather, 2 mana 5/5 flyer, 1 mana-ish 5/5 flyer. He said he's really liking it. He's got down to 2 Thing in the Ice. He's playing, I believe he said 4 of them. And he was really excited about trying them in the deck. Ryan goes from playing Burn in this deck. He was kind of a little disappointed with this deck for a while and went back to Burn, but now he's playing it today. He's doing pretty well. He's 1-1. And yeah, they're going to Game 3. Ryan doesn't like his opening 7, is going to go down to 6. One of these days, I will not be in here, and I will be out there playing Ryan's Phoenix deck. I've been wanting to play it for a while, and don't really want to buy Phoenixes. Really, that's the only card I need for the deck. Besides Crackling Drake, but those are cheap enough, but the Phoenixes are not cheap enough, so Ryan said one of these days I can play the deck. I look forward to it, but today I am not playing it.
Seems fine. And then, cycle some street race and gut shot a couple times and get it back. Yep.
Ryan plays a Spire Bluff Canals into a Faithless Looting. Starting a Phoenix. It's usually a pretty good start. And a Thought Scour.
Fetch.
Andrew fetching right away to get the Aether Vial out and play. And it's back to Ryan's turn.
And that'll be my turn.
Ooh, Ryan draws a Manamorphose. I think he has a Lightning Bolt and a Thoughtseize in hand, so he does not have the second land drop, though. Oh, no. Say he'd been able to play that or get that Phoenix out on turn 2, but he missed his second land drop. Even after that Faithless Looting, that's pretty devastating.
Supreme Phantom. Pass.
Andrew with a Supreme Phantom. Passed the turn. Ryan kept the land on top from the Serum Visions. Now I believe He has a Blood Moon in hand?
I'm not gonna let that guy like that. Like comes in, it's like, oh, I got other things going on, so now I'm gonna rush you while you're trying to advance.
So he has a Lightning Bolt. He has that.
Sure.
Must not have another 1-mana spell. Oh.
Sure. I wasn't really thinking. Same.
Oh, he has a Gut Shot. Alright. So he does have 3 spells.
Yep.
Okay, brings back the Phoenix, attack for 3. Putting Andrew down to 10 with no creatures in play.
How about we start playing in 3 minutes and then I'll do that. I need to. No, I need to get you like. No. I need to play with you like.
Andrew with a bunch of mana. Can he stabilize? Does play a bunch of flyers. Though I don't know if he really wants to block. See if Ryan searches for an island, plays the Blood Moon. Well, he's going to play the island. See if he puts that Blood Moon into play.
You need 12 mana to go off the combo. 12 mana, not including Academy runes.
I mean, you could always mind slave in the next turn and get.
Yes. But you still need 12 mana to do the loop.
Yeah, but like even mind slaving them for 1 turn and then mind slaving like twice over the course of 3 turns, you know?
No blocks.
Like which is what it would be if it was the slow thing, right? And then being them, so you mind slave them 1 turn, then the next turn you get it back to your hand and have to do mind slaving again, right?
Oh, I was thinking about going for Anger of the Gods. Well, that's just a little awkward. So he attacked for 3. No blocks. Gonna do with an end of turn Supreme Phantom.
Combat 1.
Attack for 1. Well, Ryan drew his 3rd Lightning Bolt. If he can just draw the 4th one now. Then Andrew at 6. He's going to start off with Manamorphose. Looks like Andrew says, no thank you. Takes it with a Spell Queller.
The worst part about it is I literally rolled your hand and said this is perfection and he rolled a 12. Like, are you kidding me?
Another Spell Queller for the Bolt. Oh no. These are 3/4 Spell Quellers too, with that Supreme Phantom. Andrew's at 5, but Ryan using 3 of his bolts. And nothing else in play. Ooh. Looks like he's going to copy the Supreme Phantom. That is a lot of damage. Is that 14 damage? Something like that. I believe Ryan is just...
You could Manamorphose, you might.
Yeah, Phoenix. Phoenix is a good deck. Unfortunately, Ryan just got a little bit unlucky with his draws, but yeah, the Phoenix deck is a lot of fun. It is pretty tough. Especially when they can just go turn 2 Phoenix, Phoenix, Phoenix. or turn 3. A lot of times the deck goes off on turn 3. Playing a lot of, usually play 2 or 3 Phoenixes by then, and being a 3-power creature with haste is really, really good. So yeah, thank you, Trent, again for following. Appreciate it. And anybody else that's watching, if you want to follow, that'd be great too. If not, then that's fine too. But yeah, so that will do it for round number 3. Round number 4 should be coming up pretty shortly, so stick around, Trent and friends. Hello, and welcome to round number 4 of Heroes Welcome, Menominee, Wisconsin. Heroes welcome, or heroes are welcome. So we got both players are 3-0. We got Gavin again with Elves, and we have Aaron again with Tron. Kind of the mono-ish green duel, if you will.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, I would have gone first no matter what.
I think this is going to go a lot for Tron. It's going to go a lot for like the Spirit deck. If he can just get that early Oblivion Stone out, there's not really much that Gavin can do besides just try to rebuild. And these decks aren't really made to rebuild. They're just made to get everything out and kill you right away. So we'll see how this goes. So Aaron, he has 2 Tron pieces in hand. Does he have the third one? He does not have a map. So he's going to play Chromatic Sphere. Gavin with a Llanowar Elf. Aaron a sack for green.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah.
Gonna play another Chromatic Sphere. Second Tron piece, sack for green.
Pass.
And just pass the turn. Do you see a Heritage Druid in Gavin's hand? Heritage Druid.
We're going to untap. Tap 1, play Heritage Druid. Tap 2, play Dwynen's Elite.
Oh,
Who plays a Dwynen's Elite?
Sadly, I will not pass anything.
Does he have any of his 3-mana powerhouses? He does not. Just says go against the Tron player.
Your graveyard a bit more obvious.
You want it spread across the front or something?
Well, no, I mean, like, more obvious that it's not on the battlefield. I don't know.
Oh, that is
So that's how it was Tron.
second Urza's Tower.
That it's not. How I know.
But he does play that Oblivion Stone.
Hey, you're the one with the heritage.
Without Tron, Gavin has at least 2 turns. And if there's any deck that can kill in 2 turns, it can definitely be the Elf deck. But he definitely needs a couple Lords right now.
Have that enter untapped. And then pay 3, Imperious Perfect, and then attack for
Plays an Imperious Perfect.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And attacks for 9? Alright.
Would that be a mine? See if we can crack Copestone.
I'm still
Oh, good. I like to hear that.
And, yep, Gavin did it in the 2 turns he needed, so
all of your Tron hand.
Gavin wins round number 1. Game number 1. He also won his first round as well, but he also won this first game.
You have more than one.
Coincidentally.
I meant bring in my Tron hate. Not all of my Tron hate. I don't think he's doing it correctly. It's probably good.
I'm not gonna let you resolve anything. I'm just gonna wait till I hit a Narc Amoeba. Here you go.
Okay, so 3 cards in. And green Tron. So, that makes things interesting. Because you probably do have a couple. The worst card. Yeah, that makes me relatively happy.
very interested to see if Aaron can get his Tron right away, or if Gavin can just get a bunch of creatures out. Because yeah, like I said that first game. Oh, cool. So this is kind of both of your decks kind of going against each other.
You did.
That's really quite funny. Awesome.
Had you hit like a Sylvan
How is Mono Green Tron been treating you, Trent?
Strings?
I drew Stearns, but I had to play a forest to cast.
You like it better than Elves, or think you like your Elves better? I mean, they're kind of two different decks, so it's kind of, I don't know if it's really that easy to compare. I guess it's just really depends on your play style, which play style you like better. I mean, right there you saw that Gavin kind of went out of nowhere. Got him from 20 life to 0 pretty quickly, but at the same time, if Aaron would have just drawn that other Tron piece to crack that Oblivion Stone, then it would have definitely gone the other way. So, Gavin with a Thoughtseize. Got Chromatic Star, a couple Chromatic Stars, Ancient Stirrings, Wormcoil Engine, Forest, no other Tron piece though. Let's go for the Ancient Stirrings. Actually is really good heads up play. It's got these cyclers, but they just give you one card. The Ancient Stirring can give you almost anything in your deck. Oh, he does draw the second Tron piece. He drew an Explore. Okay. The Elvis Tribal always be in your heart.
Why not power? Da, da, da. Oh, you're one of
But the
those
big mana deck is fun.
people with their
I kind of hear ya.
It's the line that looks like a tower that always
Yeah,
fits
no,
somewhere.
Not Explorer, what was I thinking? Anyways, he was able to, off of 2 draws, assemble turn 3 Tron now. Sylvan Scrying, there we go.
Say those guys. Go ahead.
Gavin with a couple 1-mana Elves, a Heritage Druid, and a Nettle Sentinel. Aaron draw any payoff? So far, not yet, but he's going to cycle the Star. Oh, he does not have Tron. Don't ask me what I'm thinking, because I have no idea. Top deck an Ancient Stirrings. So you can find that elusive third one. Hello, Kyle. And welcome to the chat. And watching Heroes Welcome.
I know. Nor do you have.
So I'm gonna start out Heritage Druid.
I kind of missed what he got off the Ancient Stirrings. So I was so excited that Kyle was back, but that's okay. Gavin plays a Heritage Druid. A second Heritage Druid.
Then I get that. Yep, okay. So I'm going to tap these 3 to make 3 mana.
Adds 3, 4 mana.
Play Coco.
Collected Company and taps the Nettle Sentinel. As you should.
6 years. Do forest out there? I'm gonna find an Elvish Archdruid and an Elvish Champion. The Elvish Champion gives
An Elvish Archdruid and an Elvish Champion. Oof.
and then I'm gonna tap 3 more elves.
Oh, and he's
Another
Gonna tap 3 more to play another Elvish Archdruid.
And then I will. Yeah, because I played that last turn, so I'm gonna get in there for.
Can attack. And the Nettle Sentinel can attack for 5. Holy smokes. Yeah, Aaron definitely needs to get his Tron into place. Yeah, if he didn't draw his Tron land now, I don't know. If he has any outs to this. That is a ton of damage on board now. Well, he drew it, but after tapping all of his mana. Yep. Gavin is excited. This is actually his first time. He's gone 4-0 at F&M. He was really excited. He actually said it was his first time he went 3-0. And so now, young Gavin, our champion, went 4-0 at Friday Night Magic, and the young man's excited. We're happy for him. I'll probably see if I can get a match moved over, because we still got, that was really, really quick games. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'll be right back. All right. We're able to move a game. We got Nick Kiszer back on Jund. We have Andrew again on Better Humans, also known as Spirits. Gavin was really excited. He was able to beat Tron and Storm to go 4-0 today. 4-0 today, and he was super, super excited. So good for him. Good for him. But now we got Nick playing a turn 1 creature, Grim Lavamancer. Yikes. Against Andrew's turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer. Against Andrew's turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer. Looks like he has another Mausoleum Wanderer. He's going to attack for 2. Nick just with a Raging Ravine, just a pass. We got a Drogstall Captain, an attack for 6.
You're right. Once he entered, yep, you're right.
Putting Nick down to 10.
Even better.
This is a quick start from Andrew. Might be seeing a game 3 right here pretty soon, folks.
Not having a fetch for the Lavamancer turn 1 feels bad.
Shockland.
I'll just sack.
He's going to try to Fatal Push. The Drugstore Captain realized that does not work without Revolt. Ooh.
Sure.
Instead just goes for the Inquisition on himself to discard a card and put 2. So he had to Inquisition himself to put 2 cards into the graveyard. And so now he can use the Grim Lavamancer to kill the Drogskull Captain.
You're at 8.
That seems good. Fatal push. And have an activatable guy to deal to.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Combat with everything. 6. Shoot.
Yep, he's going to
Yes, sir.
use the Grim Lavamancer to do 2 damage to the Drogskull Captain. So now those Wanderers are only 1/1s, putting him down to 6.
Deputy.
I believe that is the Deputy of Detention or something like that. Deputy of Detention. Oh, come on, cards. Well, yes, it is Deputy of Detention. It is basically Detention Sphere creature. It is a 1/3. It is not a spirit, though it is a very good Detention Sphere-like creature. I believe it is a 1/3. So yes, the Detention Sphere on a creature that you can collect a company into. So he uses it to get rid of the Grim Lavamancer. No, now he's going to use he fetch, and so now he can Fatal Push the
Yeah.
Deputy of Detention. Plays a Tarmogoyf.
6.
Andrew just top decks. Top decks the win.
Ruined the table. Oh god.
Drogskull, yeah. Top decks the Drogskull Captain. The Mausoleum Wanderers get +1/+1 For when a spirit comes into play, plus the +1/+1 from the Drug Skull Captain. Anywho, we're going to round 3. This is so exciting, folks. I cannot hold in my excitement. I'm so happy for Game 3 of Jund versus Better Humans, also known as Spirits. Bant versus Jund. Nick versus Andrew. Emrakul versus... Oh, shoot. I was going to say Ulamog. That's not right, because that's a planeswalker. Then I was going to say Ugin, but that's not right, although he is a dragon. That dragon. Ugh. Nicol Bolas. Thank you, Brain, for working. A lot of you may be wondering, what's wrong with this guy? And the answer to that is, I don't know. So, Nick, looks like no. Looks like Andrew is taking a mulligan. Nick is keeping his 7 wonderful Magic the Gathering cards.
The vial would definitely get me there because I had a pretty tight curve to use it for.
So I still want to thank Trent today for following. That was wonderful. Very appreciative. If there's anybody else that's watching who wants to follow, I will give them a lot of love and praise as well. Just keep that in mind. We already know that Kyle gets a lot of love and attention. So does Trent now. Anybody else wants to follow? Become my best friend. And we'll watch Magic on Fridays together. Most Fridays. A lot of Fridays. So Nick, Fetchland, he says go. Andrew with a turn 1 Noble Hierarch. I do believe Nick has a Lightning Bolt in hand, so I don't think he's going to be... Noble Hierarch will be around for much longer.
Yeah, well that, most lists have... don't you play 2 dark lists?
You're shocking.
I play only one.
Oh, you're shocking. Oh,
That was the one that got him in game 1.
yeah, that's really good. God damn it.
By the way, I'm building Nexus of Faith. One invisible stalker and then
Nexus of Fate, I'm pretty sure I can it.
So yep, Bolt on the Noble Hierarch. Nick just trying to find Jeverland. Really wanted that stomping ground.
I should build taking.
So, like, I don't think the deck is going to be good, but that was kind of the thing.
No, there's actually a
There is, but every time I see him play, it's completely dumpster.
I think it got second or first.
Let it go.
Nick plays a basic swamp. Says go. Andrew played a basic forest. Said go. Actually played a fetch land. Said go. Then he's going to fetch. Nick plays Raging Ravine. Says go. It's almost like I'm watching a control mirror. Just land go. It's not usually how these decks play. So Andrew just with a Hollowed Fountain. A new art Hollowed Fountain even.
What? No.
My hope is that the guy would concede once he just extra turn and business.
So no, there was it went to turns, and the guy was all the rest of his deck was Nexus of Fate and
Drew a Hollowed Fountain for the turn.
so he just built Chaz.
For exact, though.
Yeah, for exactly.
And keep in mind,
But he plays
the extra turns when you take extra
Moreland Haunt.
right? So if, like, if I'm
It's very interesting. It seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Already has a creature in the graveyard.
If you take extra turns. So he went 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Being able to turn that into a 1/1 spirit
Fourth main phase.
seems really, really good.
0 cards left. All of his mana screens to cast the boost.
Yeah.
That's funny. Technically,
Nick really wants an untap land here.
No, Chaz won because he was up. No, that guy won. That guy won because Chaz drew his card. Draw a card for turn.
oh, you made him draw that?
Yeah, he had 0 cards in his deck, and he went go for the 5th turn of the game.
Oh.
But
My God, is he gonna play? No, he does not play. Bloodbraid Elf. It just says go. Looks like Andrew just said go as well. After playing his 3rd land drop, rather 4th land drop, rather.
Is even against. He didn't beat him, but in one of our games, I was up 13 with my 19 lands
Hype.
in 20 cards.
Your turn. Orland.
Andrew is going to create that 1/1 spirit. Plays a Mausoleum Wanderer and attacks for 1. Having the basic forest
2 damage we just
and the Moorland Haunt kind of right now is hurting him because I did see. Oh, he counters it. Counters the Culligan's command. But yeah, unless that was his plan. I was gonna say the mana. I know I saw Drogstall Captain in hand, but couldn't cast the Drogstall Captain and the Mausoleum Wanderer. But he's kind of plays his own makeshift Culligan's command by still kills the Mausoleum Wanderer, and was looking for an instant or sorcery, which of course could be the counterspell or a collecting company, but neither of them are in his hand. Looks like he has 2 Drogstall Captain, a Spell Queller, and the Deputy of Detention. Love that he's playing that. It's a shame it's not a spirit, but heck, neither is Noble Hierarch. So Nick with just another land and go. Andrew is going to make another 1/1 spirit with the Moorland Haunt.
No, because if I get a land, then I can, start doing things. So yeah, tip.
So Nick finally playing that Bloodbraid Elf into an Inquisition. All right. Guess we'll see if Andrew chooses to counter it. Guess I don't see why he wouldn't. He's gonna path the Bloodbraid. Do you not just I mean, I don't know what Andrew should do.
When you're getting a draw skull captain,
I think he should just use the Spell Queller on it. Spell Queller on the Inquisition.
you got it.
But no, he lets it through, and Nick just takes a... Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the spell forward.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. Well, maybe, oh, it is on the stack, you're right. Well, you know what, Kyle? This is why you're good at Magic and I'm not. But yeah, you're exactly right. I'll, Oh, you're right. So we should still have that Bloodbraid Elf in play, because, yeah, the Inquisition goes on the stack first. So then he could have taken the Path, and he would still have the Bloodbraid Elf. Well, you know what, Kyle? I will let them know after this game. It's kind of too late now to go, way too late now to go back. But thank you very much. You are exactly right.
That will resolve. Cascade Trigger will happen. Yes, sir.
You're exactly correct, sir. Ooh, collected companies into 2 Supreme Phantoms. And is going to play a Drog Skull Captain.
Drake Skull? Yep.
Oh my goodness.
This is lethal with just the Supreme Phantoms.
I know. You can't tap like that.
Can't tap like that.
Why not? Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Okay,
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
There, fix that one. It's not all a complete loss. You're welcome, Kyle. Thank you for catching all of these. Holy smokes. I even had that discussion, I even said that before with the awkward mana base at the time. Well, Nick, really hard for Nick though with all these spirits having flying. John usually, man, I don't think they have any flyers. Doesn't matter how big a Goyf is if you can't block any of the creatures just flying up ahead.
You need a lot to win here. Or even live. You gotta kill 2 of these.
Nick with an Assassin's Trophy. Oh, Olivia, yeah. I guess, yeah, you're right. They do play Olivia sometimes, but even that sees very little play anymore. But yeah, mostly in the sideboard, mostly as maybe a one of, or maybe a two of, at least a one of, but
I only have 2 mana left.
oh well.
With the assassins, yeah.
Okay. Played the Droxel captain. Nick had a chance to survive, but had the
MVP actually of that match, right there.
the phantasmal image to copy the dude with the 2 extra mana. All right. Well, yeah, Olivia and Valderan. Remember back in Standard, she was a beast. Yeah, used sometimes in Jund, not much anymore. Although we'll see. Jund is kind of fallen out of favor recently, but might be doing good again, better again, now that Ironworks is out. This seems like an awful matchup of Jund versus Karklan Ironworks. But yeah, that'll do it for Friday Night Magic. Also, happy belated Valentine's Day, everyone. Forgot to mention that. Celebrated it by going to work. And that was my Valentine's. So, hope you all had a good Valentine's. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you, Trent, for following. The greatest goat that'll ever live. Thank you, Kyle, as always, for helping out and being a faithful watcher, and even watching when you can't sign in. I appreciate it. Anybody else that's watching, I do appreciate your time, and thank you for viewing. I appreciate it. So great. Have a good weekend, everyone. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.